City and Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi, Volta Region, Sela Radio 97.1 FM in Dabala, Holy FM 98.5 in Aplao, and in the Savannah region, you can hear us on Kasha 99.5 FM in Damongo. We are also live across the globe on citynewsroom.com. We are also on CityTube on YouTube, as well as Facebook and X, formerly known as Twitter.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
The time this afternoon, we start from the Volta region, where the Minister of Education, Dr. Yao Osei Edichum, has reaffirmed his commitment to addressing the educational challenges faced by the flood-affected dam spillage, leading to a halt in formal education. During an engagement between the education sector stakeholders and the Mepe Traditional Council, Dr. Osei Edichum stressed the importance of a collaborative approach to improve the situation for students and teachers in the hardest hit communities.
We're going to work together so that one day we'll have a story to tell. And that story should be that in the midst of all the challenges, we accommodated each other. We work together. And together we make Mepe a better place than before the disaster. That is my commitment. That out of the ashes, something great will come out of them. Challenges, press. The press wants us to fight. Yes. You see, that is how it becomes.
So that was the Minister of Education, Dr. Yao Osei Edichum. Now, yesterday, the Sanitation Minister, Frida Pempe, at an event organized by the Ghana Water Company Limited, blamed residents of Mepe for their refusal to evacuate before the spillage. Now,
the dam spillage, the Ghana Health Service has introduced a free healthcare package for victims. Dr. Patrick Kumabwaje, the Director General of the Ghana Health Service, announced this initiative during a visit to affected areas. He stated that victims who may have lost their health insurance cards and medication
coverage, notwithstanding the efforts we put in, it we had last year. So that is the flooding. Then there's the spillage. The spillage is south of the dam. But you see, there are 3 voters feeding into the lake. There's the white voter, there's the black voter, and there's the red voter. For example, they all flow into the lake. During the rainy season, the lake expands its geographical space. All the embankments are covered by water. But after the rainy season, for the last 3 years, the lake does not go severe. The whole communities are under the lake. Health infrastructure, clinics, schools, etc. have all been flooded. And so there is not just the humanitarian end of it, but there is also the medical end of it, the public health end of it, and then the educational end of it. In my constituency, there are schools that have had to.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Ochema. So she's been telling us that the water has risen to a level which she can't really imagine. This is the very first time such a thing is happening. And, you know, when you are walking in the water, it is muddy. So it is difficult for you to even lift your legs from the mud. CTV is pleading with the public to get involved and bring relief efforts to these people. The churches are equally affected in one way or the other. And we truly appreciate a number of churches that contributed to this cause. But I just want to bring you visuals from the Church of Pentecost here at Chachukope. The road going to that place is inaccessible as of now. Now, one good thing to say is that we see that the traces left behind by the flood is visible, that it is receding gradually. We understand the water came into the entire community, but over time, it is going back, and that is some good news. So I'm trying to see if water is flowing in this community. Not even a drop of water from this tap. And that tells you how thirsty the people are and calling on benevolent organizations to come to their aid. And we do appreciate those who donated water to us, because your water will go a long way to quench a thirst. On the other side of the river,
I want you guys to feed 1,000 children.
you see the medical doctors trying to pay attention, critical attention to those that were affected in this entire devastation.
Really, I think they really do need help. Even on our way, you can actually see the water levels and then the destruction that it has actually caused. It's quite sad, and I feel that it's in good line that we have come in to help them in terms of providing them with relief items, as well as providing some medical services to them.
What specific services are you going to run today?
Yeah, so we are going to check their vitals, we are going to check for malaria, we're going to check for their sugars, and then we are also going to screen them for cholera and give appropriate medications as well as treatments for them. And there are a lot of medications that we have brought in, some for prophylaxis and then some to actually treat them based on the particular problem that they come with or the particular condition that they come with.
That was a report put together
of our corporate social responsibility, even though this was not budgeted for, we found it very necessary, no matter what it is, to come to the aid of our people. Look, right, take years for them to recover. All your properties are gone. You've suffered enough, put up a house, the furnishing and everything. You can't use most of it again. So on behalf of SIC, management, the board and everything, SIC is contributing 100,000 cedis.
Stephen Odro is the managing director of SIC PLC, joined the campaign to provide relief for affected victims of the Akosombo Dam spillage by donating via 055-090-006, registered as Omni Media, with the reference flood support.
You're still listening to the Citi Prime News. My name is Zoe. Where another robbery took place 2 weeks earlier, the 4 armed robbers, including a woman, completed their operation in about 8 minutes, stealing an undisclosed amount of money from the fuel station's attendant and subsequently taking 28,000 cedis from a mobile money vendor near the fuel station. The municipal chief executive for Yilokrobo, Eric Tete, confirmed the incident and reported that the Municipal Security Council is holding an emergency meeting with the Eastern Regional Police Commander to address the recent surge in robbery cases.
Yesterday, around 7 in the evening, I had a report asked that if they have any intelligence or information, they should provide it. I want to assure the general public that the criminals will not have their way, and that we are going to take steps to ensure that security in the municipality was tight. Because of that, we're going to have a MUSEC meeting and strategize on this. Yilokrobo is a peaceful municipality, and we will not allow criminals to take over. And so I want everybody in the municipality to be on the guard and provide information when necessary. The rest is security matters, and whatever we need to do to assure the public, we will do. The regional police commander is on his way to Somanya, and there will be...
Died upon arrival at the hospital on Wednesday, October 18, when he was attacked by the unknown assailants. The incident is connected to a long-standing feud between rival youth of Pankrono and Adabraka. Police officers have been deployed to the area and are maintaining their presence in the area with intensified patrols to avert reprisal attacks.
The bus terminal in Tamale, funded by the World Bank at a cost of 1.9 million Ghana cedis over 7 years ago, is in a state of neglect and deterioration. Despite its original purpose to alleviate congestion, the terminal now sits abandoned and exhibits signs of decay, such as peeling paint. Collapsed Shawana Yusuf has more in the following.
Again, it's not typical of this. We really have to engage them. The fear they are expressing, they are legitimate, they are genuine. It takes engagement to figure out what can be done to address that. We can actually foresee that challenge coming. And it's part of the reason we are continuously engaging the industry players. We're hoping that we'll reach consensus for the good of everybody. As an assembly, our role is to facilitate the movement. We create the facility for use by these industry players. And we know when they welcome that, we're going to be something that will benefit society and benefit the assembly as a whole. It's not easy, admittedly, but it is doable.
And the windows, the question now is, what happens to the 1.9 million Ghana cedis World Bank funding that was used to actually put up this particular facility for the people of Tamale? Reporting for Citi News, I am Shawana Yusuf.
Now, the Association of Road Contractors is expressing concern over the sole disbursement of funds for previously completed projects by the government, a situation that is negatively impacting their livelihoods. The government currently owes road contractors nearly 6 billion cedis, and the financial difficulties they are facing due to the delayed payments have led to the death of some of their members and the collapse of certain companies. National Chairman of the Road Contractors, John Affle Jr., acknowledged the substantial debt owed them and is calling on the government to engage with them regarding the payment criteria.
Thank you very much. The government promised.
Throughout all life-changing moments, such as graduations, weddings, funerals, birthdays, ATL is there to ensure you're never out of style. When you think fabric, think ATL. Log on to atlfabrics.com. Order and buy your favorite ATL fabric. You can also visit our shop at number 40 Kwame Nkrumah Avenue, opposite the Swansea Shopping Arcade at Accra Central. Also available in leading fabric dealer shops in Accra, Kumasi, and Cape Coast. ATL, bringing fabric to life.
When you want to eat, just Momo it. Tired of the long queues in the supermarket?
Get fund levy and other levies. To be told, these are levies that probably government needs to accumulate or gather. But when we look at settings where these levies are charged, like in restaurants and hotels, these can be added up to bills to clients to pay. But in a hospital setting, it will be difficult to put in get fund for every consultation or every service that is provided for a client, even if the patient is uninsured. So really plead if government could have a second look at some of these levies that come to
treatment. The only way we can ensure that they enjoy this right fully is to have a very clear-cut legal framework that backs the hospital to ensure that they are forcefully taken in and reformed. And of course, that framework would then prescribe circumstances under which they could be discharged after they have been treated.
The Mental Health Act of 2012, Act 846, aligns of mental health issues. Panton Hospital's Operation Set the Captives Free initiative is a step towards supporting these individuals.
Usually has to do with us identifying homeless mentally ill patients in the streets, bringing them into the hospital facility, assessing their needs.
Hospital has revealed plans for the upcoming funeral of the late Gamanye Na Dede Omaedu III. The funeral will be held from Thursday, October 26 to Saturday, October 28, 2023. Chief Advisor of the Ghana State, Ni Ahene Nunu III, provided details of the funeral activities after a visit by a delegation from the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to the Traditional Council.
Today, we are preparing the grounds for the funeral. We will continue tomorrow. On Wednesday, the body will be transported to the location where she will be dressed. On Thursday, the body will be taken to the traditional council. Friday is dedicated to the wake-keeping and pre-burial ceremony. On Saturday, October 28, 2023, the funeral will take place. Pastors and imams and the traditional authorities will be present to offer their prayers and blessings. Dignitaries from all around will also attend the event.
Chief Advisor of the Ghana State, Ni Ahene Nunu III.
Residents whose houses are limited and the
matter. I wasn't here, I was told, so quickly I rushed the people. They had a meeting and I rushed to them. I have to calm them down because some are so agitated that they don't know what to do. I have assured them that myself, together with the MC and the chiefs around the area, and then with Waterways, we will sit down and then we'll talk of it. We know what to do next. And then the next, maybe we're going to talk. There are people who have built directly in the dam. There are people, I went there myself. It's affecting the dam. We can't have expansion. But there are people who are also far. Although the land, the Ghana Waterways says it's their demarcated land, there are people who are far. That we are looking at, we'll put human face to it, and then we're going to let some people off the hook, and then some will be affected.
Residents living along the banks of the Ija Dam are worried for the impending demolition by the Ghana Water Company Limited and the Environmental Protection Agency. They want government to reconsider its decision on the demolition. Carver Stete, City News, Wager.
Communication for the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Joseph Paddy.
The National Inland Canoe Fishermen Council is advising fishermen affected by the Akosombo Dam spillage to relocate to higher ground while expressing sympathy. The council believes that moving to safer areas will help protect them from further harm. The president of the National Inland Canoe Fishermen Council, Jacob Kabori Tete Ageke, called on individuals and corporate organizations to aid their members who are suffering from the disaster.
About 70 to 80% of our fishers live on islands. From last week, Monday, went round to Oti, Easton, the water, Bono, and I realized that the water level is still rising, and then the north. They are moving, and they are moving. From August, they are moving. It's difficult, but then they are moving. And so what I've observed is that the water is still coming up, and there are some houses that the water is yet to enter. And so I'm encouraging them to move to higher ground. Houses that are submerged, our various market centers, most places have submerged, some few stores and those who do the trading, the women, and so we need support.
You heard the president of the National Inland Canoe Fishermen Council, Jacob Kabori Tete Ageke.
Now, the damage from the spillage of the Akosombo Dam has now affected communities within the Kpandai district of the northern region, resulting in the displacement of some residents. The Kpandai District Chief Executive, Kofi Tatabika, says efforts are being made to provide support to the affected residents in the wake of the crisis.
Bento is now lived on an island, but the water has surrounded the whole place. So if water will continue, we don't know the fate